I think we're live now. Great. Welcome back, guys. Today is gonna be different from what you're used to. Today I'm gonna tell you some news, some updates about what's happening at the moment, what's gonna happen here on YouTube, but also on the website. So quite some stuff. It's not just one thing, it's actually many things. So let's look at it. There's some big changes, and we're gonna take them one by one. It's important that this is delivered to all of you, so you know what's coming. And basically, the first thing is in these videos, you might have been watching for a week, a few months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. I don't know you as an individual, but you have been watching and you got used to my voice, and that's nice. I generally think I have a good voice for this purpose, and I'm glad that many people like it. However, sometimes it's good to have some variation or variety, some diversity. So recently I really got into using more of these AI voices, Danish AI voices, of course. The idea is to have some more variety. So, sometimes you might want to hear a woman's voice, or someone who's younger than me or older, maybe some old man with a lot of authority, or maybe someone from Jutland, maybe someone being very slow and very sweet. There are all kinds of people out there, and I think I owe it to you, those of you who are learning Danish, to give you an experience, a learning experience where you actually get exposed to different kinds of dialects and speaking styles. So indeed, these are AI voices. Right? The technology is now so good that you can actually find voices that have emotions, and they sound pretty natural. It's not 100% the real thing. It is going to be a little bit different from an actual person reading it, but it's very close. And being a native speaker myself, I spend a lot of time going through all these voices, and like 90% of them not good enough. They're not bad, but the standard is just that high. So therefore a lot of voices just are disqualified, and that's fine. I don't use any robotic, emotionless voices. Maybe that's what people did 5 years ago or 2 years ago even, but not anymore. The technology has come a very long way, and I have already made use of it in some videos. You might have noticed sometimes that it's not my voice, or it is my voice but like slightly different. That is because I used a voice clone. Right? So again, you get some variety. Here's something, someone that's not me, or a different version of me sometimes. So I believe that is very useful, and you can expect to hear a lot more of that in future videos, and also in other projects that I'm working on. In general, it's something I'm going to use more and more. It doesn't mean that I'm going away, like right now I'm just sitting and talking, but there will be more and more of this. And of course, I'm gonna be fully transparent whenever I do it. There is a little box that I have to, mark, so that it's not a secret. I'm not trying to fool anyone and say it's a real voice. When it's AI, it's AI. But the technology, like I said, has gotten really good, and it's ideal for learning. So that is one thing. You can expect a lot more AI voices in these videos and other materials that I'm working on. Another thing, as some of you might have noticed that I already did this with one video, is that I'm gonna start putting labels, like one label per video with the level, like A1 or A2 or B1 and so on, when it's relevant. Of course, if something is very basic, then I don't think I need to say that. I might write a hashtag saying basic or beginner. But for anything that has a substantial amount of vocabulary, indeed, yes, I will put a label, because I find it to be helpful to you. Maybe when you're a learner, you go to the channel and you're like, okay, cool, there's a lot of videos, 500 something, but I don't know if this one is too easy or too hard. I don't know what's in there. So from now on, I will be putting those labels on videos, simply to guide you a little bit more. Do be aware though that there is this thing, as I wrote right here, vocabulary versus pace. You might have a video where it's very simple vocabulary, it's not advanced at all, but then it's kind of fast. Like it's like, oh wow, I can't really follow. And other times you might have a video where it's like pretty advanced vocabulary, but it's like very slow pace. And there can be different, reasons for that. Sometimes it's good to get the new vocabulary in a slow way, because then you can really take it in. Other times it might be good to hear like the stuff you already know, but at a faster pace. Because I have experienced recently a lot of the videos that I put out, some comments they take in, and not everybody's happy if it's slightly faster than super slow. And this is something that I will go more into, like in depth, in a future video, talking about the strategy of like slow pronunciation, fast pronunciation, like getting used to the natural speed. For now, I'll just say that it is something that you as a learner have to be aware of and pay attention to. It cannot always be slow. But of course, if you already know the vocabulary, then it's easier to follow. Like if it's new vocabulary and if it's fast, that's almost too difficult. So yes, there will be labels usually at the corner of the video, like let's say over here. I think it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner, label in the corner. So yeah, I will put labels on future videos. The next one is, well, it's not really about the videos. This is just that I decided that I was thinking for a while that it's not enough. Like what I can do is not enough, because I've been teaching for like 10.5 years, and every month somebody or a couple of people, they text me and they ask me like, oh, hey, Thomas, can you teach me? Do you have room or something? Can we work something out? How's your schedule? And I'm like, sorry, I can't. I'm booked and all that, So it sucks, to put it quite frankly, that I have to turn so many people down. Therefore, I decided that, the best thing I can do is just have some group lessons with you guys. And this is very good, because you might be shy a little bit. I get that, private lessons can be nice, but you can, well, let's be honest, save yourself a little bit of money, and also feel other people being present and see that everybody makes mistakes and it's okay to make mistakes. I will be there to guide you and help you with that kind of thing. So if you are interested in that, you can, as always, contact me at danishmastery@gmail.com. And that is the place, that is where you can find me. Yes, as you can see right here, the lessons, they will usually be between 60 and 70 minutes long. I say that because the lesson itself, like all the content, is, let's say, 60 minutes. And then we have some extra time where we can maybe do some follow-up or some question time. And if it goes a little bit beyond that, it is quite okay with me. So I hope it's okay with you, because for me, it's all about being dedicated to the process and taking the time that it needs to really, go in depth with whatever you're focused on. So that is sort of my teaching philosophy. So yes, you can contact me if you are interested, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll see. Right? What's good for you, what you need, what your strengths are, what the challenges for you are at this moment, and all that. You can see here there's basically a little calendar, a whole bunch of dates for this first season, I choose to call it that, for the next roughly 2 months, starting October 19th, so that's in 13 days. Have a little bit of time to think about it and to reach out, and we can set it up. And indeed, all those days are Sundays. Okay? It'll be, I didn't write it, but it'll be 10:30 a.m. Danish time on Sundays. I find that to be a pretty good time to do these lessons. So if you are interested, just reach out and we'll talk about it. Super duper. Okay, so this is a different kind of information. This is on the website, danishmastery.com. A lot of you probably are very familiar with the fact that I always say lifetime access, pay once and have the videos forever and all that. Now, personally, I think that is awesome. I love the idea of only having to pay once and not this thing where, you subscribe to something, you're a subscriber, and then you don't know when it takes the next time, or when you have to pay the next time, or if you want to keep learning or keep upgrading on whatever it is you're doing. And I get that, but unfortunately many people seem to be confused by this model, this one-time payment. I get messages sometimes, and people, they're like, but is that monthly? Like, that's kind of expensive, like 200 or 300, 400 kroner for 1 month, depending on what tier, of course. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so I have to explain a lot and clarify. So I think a lot of people are sort of scared off by that, which is a shame. But it is what it is. We live in this world where so many things are based in a subscription, and that's just what people are used to. So now I am shifting to that, and hopefully that will make it easier for a lot of you to sort of make the decision whether you want to learn something. Plus, I know, I understand that motivation is not always the same, or your time or whatever resources you have on your hands, like, not always the same. Sometimes you have a whole bunch of time and energy to learn, and then other times you don't. So you can, opt in and out. Just like that thunder. You can opt in and out whenever you want, And I find this to be better and more flexible, to have this sort of traditional model. The other one, I've been doing it for 6 years, but I think now we're going to do this instead. And then we'll see how it works. I hope that a lot of you will find it easier to make decisions now that I'm changing the model. It will be from October 20th, so that is Monday, 2 weeks from now. And that means you have 2 more weeks to buy the lifetime access, if that is what you prefer. Some of you might prefer that. Then you can do that, within the next 2 weeks. And if you do that, you will not have to pay anything in the future, right? It's after the 20th. That's when the change happens. If you want to get the videos after that, it's subscription based. And of course, all the people, silver, gold, diamond, who bought the videos before this, October 20th, it will not affect anything or change anything for them. It's completely unaffected, and you still have access to all the videos and bonus materials and all future videos, so you don't have to worry, okay? And as you can see, the price is also down here. Pretty standard for like most monthly subscriptions, nothing unusual there. And I also put it in US dollars and the euro to make it a little more convenient for those of you who are not familiar with the Danish currency. So yeah, that is sort of a practical thing that I didn't think that I would be doing it, but you also have to, you also have to be aware, and look at reality and be like, what do people need? All right, cool. So that was that thing. And then this one is, now you kind of saw it on the last slide, right? It said Ultimate. It's because for a long time, I guess since April 2021 or something, there's been this silver tier, right? So it's been silver, gold, diamond. And it was fine in the beginning, right? So silver, the idea was that, okay, this is just the videos, but you don't get any bonuses, so it's cheaper. Okay, fine. But then, also it wouldn't be updated. So it would be most videos, but no new videos after April 2021. So now silver is missing like 230 videos that you have in gold and diamond, right? Because it's never updated. And I just feel with time it's becoming more and more annoying to look at, to put it in a very honest way. So silver is going away. I'm no longer going to have a tier, a package where you don't get all videos, because that's just silly, Now all the tiers will have all the videos. And the differences between the tiers will be how many bonuses you get. Of course, gold being the first one, you have some bonuses. Then diamond being the next one, you have even more. And now with Ultimate, you have the most. So Ultimate is the new one that we are putting in this. And as you can see here, some of the unique features in Ultimate are games. And let's just take them one by one. Now, when I say games, don't get this idea that I overnight became this awesome game designer and it looks like something made by Blizzard or Rockstar Games or something. Although that would be really cool. No, it's it's once again me making use of the technology, with AI. In my case, it's a Gemini I use, and it really is amazing what you can do nowadays. If you have a lot of ideas, if you are willing to sit and spend many hours, with your ideas and tell the technology how you want your game to be, then you can make something really nice. And that's what I'm doing these days. Like, I'm sort of working on them at the same time, a couple of games. It'll probably be 5 or 6 games, by this launch, by the time this is launching in 2 weeks. So that's cool. The whole idea is you're playing a game and then you hear the Danish, depending on what action you're making or taking with your character. And of course, when you hear it again and again and again, then it's more likely to stick. The problem with a lot of language learning is that it's not really fun. I mean, it can be fun, but you kind of have to use self-discipline and, willpower to do it, because it's not really enjoyable. Like, you're only doing it to learn the language. But if you're playing a game, then you're just picking up the words as you're, playing the game. You are learning the language indirectly. You're absorbing it. And that's actually what I wanted to do the whole time. And now with this awesome technology, it's amazing what is possible nowadays. So we have fairly simple 2D games with little tasks that will keep you busy and entertained. And then of course I encourage you that you replay the same games over and over, right? And that will really, really help you to learn Danish in a way that is fun and fairly natural. Now, using that same technology, I will have more interactive exercises in general. I made some about 2 years ago, and that was cool, but the process that I had to go through to make them was very time consuming. And of course I was happy that I found an app that I can use, but it's very time consuming and it's not feasible to make a lot of exercises. Well, now things have changed and I'm able to make a lot more exercises in like 10% of the time. Or at least it's much faster. So there will be more interactive exercises, which is good because you can watch the videos, right? That's cool. You can have like your grammar book. That's also cool. But the thing is, when you just have the book in front of you, there's not really any, any excitement. There's no stimulation. You're just doing it on your own. And you can check if the answers are correct by turning the page. But again, it's not really fun, right? And there are certain apps out there, I don't need to say any names because we all know who or what I'm thinking about, and they claim to be fun or interesting, but they are not. So, what I actually have is something called empathy for the process as a learner, because, having lived in many countries, including Spain and Japan and Taiwan and Malaysia and so on, I understand how painful it can be sometimes when the materials are boring, and that is why my videos and all these bonus materials that I make, they are so very different from what you're used to. So there will be even more interactive exercises, and of course it'll also be updated on a monthly basis. Then I wrote 2 ebooks here. Now those 2 ebooks are what was called a major dose of Danish. I believe that is the title. Is a very big word. A major dose of Danish volume 1 and Danish conversations. And so those 2 ebooks, you might already know about them because I talked about them a little bit. They're also in the Danish ebook store right now on danishmastery.com. I will include them in this ultimate tier, to really give you a boost, because then you will have 3 ebooks. There's also the ultimate Danish phrase book, which you have if you're gold, and of course also diamond. So that will really help you. But do also be aware that future ebooks will not be added to Ultimate, okay? So you get a lot, but there will still be some things where you have to go to the Danish ebook store. And it'll be really a lot, like with those books you can learn. Then it's 20% off group lessons. So let's say that you are currently, let's say now we're in early November and you are an ultimate member, you have the ultimate subscription, then you want to get some lessons, right? You want to buy a pack of 5 lessons. Well, you get a 20% discount. Like that is another bonus to this package. And the final one is this Danish text proofread every month. Like, now it could be one text or it could be 2 or 3, but the point is I will proofread up to 800 words for you. So you wrote something, but you're still learning and you're not quite sure if it's right or not. Okay, fine. Then you send it to me and then I will proofread it for you. Right? It's again one of those little things that make it easier to learn. Because, what is learning? Learning is watching, it is reading, it's also doing exercises, it's also getting feedback, it's also getting conversational practice, talking to native speakers, teachers, letting them sort of tell you or having them tell you what's right and what's wrong. Now, with these group lessons, I can help a lot more of you, right? So, when you look at all of it, the website, you have the books, you have ebooks, you have exercises, you also have some little comic strips with speech bubbles, kind of silly stuff. You have grammar breakdowns and PDF files, ebooks, and now you can also have a text proofread. So it is very, very extensive. Right? That's basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. It's a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna recap here at the end in case you might have missed some of it. And so what we have, more use of Danish AI voices and videos. Again, those will only be the good, very close to like real life voices, that I, by being a native speaker, have decided, this is good enough. A lot of that for variety and a more interesting experience. Future videos will be labeled. In the corner, they will have something saying A1, A2, B1, B2. Usually it's like not just one. It's like A1, A2, right? Vocabulary is of course on a range or a spectrum rather. Then there will be online group lessons, and I'm starting with those on October 19th. So that is very soon. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Those of you who are excited and willing, you know what to do. danishmastery@gmail.com. Then there's the introduction of the ultimate tier. Right? That is what you're getting. That is the biggest tier, and it's TIER, not a tear crying. Okay, in case you're just listening to this. It's like the highest level, so to speak. There's even more bonuses, and that will be available from October 20th. And then the last one is we are moving from lifetime access to monthly subscription. So now it'll be the traditional way that many other websites and services are also using, which is of course you pay a little bit every month, and then when you don't feel like it, no more, and then maybe you come back later. Right? Subscription based. Also, I should say that of course you can still do it here on YouTube. Right? You can also get the videos on YouTube. Where it's on a monthly basis, and that is cheaper, so you can check that out if you want to save something. But then again, if you do it here on YouTube, you don't get any of the bonus materials, you only get the videos. So it depends how much you want and how much you're willing to put into it and how much time you have. So that was basically the news that I had for you today. Now let me just see if there's anything important in the live chat or anything. Okay. The thing is, it's kind of early in the morning in Europe. I understand if most of you are sleeping. That's what happens when you when you do a live stream at like what is it? Now it's like 8:30 in the morning in Denmark, in most of Europe. But yes, guys, that was it for today. I gave you a lot of information, and if you have some questions, it is totally fine. Just ask here in the comment section, and I will address them. And again, you can always reach me at danishmastery@gmail.com, right? And then we'll take it from there. I'm very excited about this because, I've been making videos since July 2013. Wow, that's a long time, right? So things have really been growing a lot, and I'm always thinking like, how can I make something better or more extensive or better for learning? And is there a level I haven't covered or topic that I haven't covered? And I think this is the next necessary step in this whole thing. So yes, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you soon. Take care.